Alright guys, so yesterday we heard the news that Ben Affleck was in fact stepping down as director of the standalone Batman film, even though this is something that he has publicly denied over the past 3 weeks to months now, saying that the project is still happening. He's just taking his time trying to get the best script he can. Now obviously that wasn't the case, as there was a lot of behind the scenes turmoil going on with the movie. Of course we can look at different things that have come out about the movie, the rumored production being delayed from spring to now summer of this year, different script problems, like they couldn't still crack the script over, working on it for about 2 years now almost, and just various things of that nature. And, today the news has come out from actually Mark Hughes himself over at Forbes.com, who's a very big proponent of the DCEU. He loves the characters of the DC universe, and he loves these movies so far, even though there's been kind of a mixed reception from everyone else. I actually do like Mark Hughes. A lot of his writing is really nice. He has really good articles that he comes out with, like exclusive stories about things. He's very good at like breaking down a lot of facts and details about things, like in long form articles. So he published an article today, January 31st, talking about the possibility of what's going on with the Batman movie, and if Ben Affleck himself will actually leave the DCEU. So he says, quote, "Unfortunately, among the things I heard about his departure as director, I heard a few specifics that, if true, lead me to worry there is at least a chance Affleck could walk away from starring in the picture." Then he goes on to talk about, the possible directors list and everything. He names a bunch of directors, and he says that there's expectation for Warner Brothers to make an announcement very soon to kind of recoup the negative press. However, there's also things to keep in mind. They can't rush this decision, because if you announce another director, say like, okay, we have another director on board, then what if they leave a couple months from now? It's like you have 2 directors left the project already. It's a very bad look, especially after you have the movie like The Flash, which has had 2 directors lost already, and they're still kind of scrambling to figure out how to approach that movie with a page 1 rewrites. And I think that, Warner Brothers at this point should just really sit back, let Ben Affleck work on the Batman, push it back to 2019, and just say, okay, let's see how Wonder Woman and Justice League do, and then we'll really see how to take the franchise forward from here. Mark Hughes also goes on to comment about how the Batman's continued scripting problems and his frustration over the aftermath of Live by Night, in terms of the poor critical and box office reception, because if you guys don't know, Live by Night is the most recent film that Ben Affleck wrote and directed, which was based off a novel, and that movie is going to lose Warner Brothers $75 million. It cost $65 million plus marketing, and it's only made about $16 million worldwide, so very big loss on their part. And he worked on Live by Night for over 18 months, shooting it, writing it, directing it. It was a very grueling process for him. And that entire time, he was also involved in the DC movies, like shooting a cameo for Suicide Squad, writing the Batman script, all these things. Like, this is all kind of, in the back of his mind. He was also going through personal issues with his own life and stuff. And you have to take into account that from May of 2014 to October of 2016, he shot 3 different DC movies and was writing the script for the Batman at the same time. So just process that, Justice League, Batman v Superman, and Suicide Squad all within the span of 2 years, plus writing the script for, his own film. So if Affleck actually does step down from the lead role in Batman altogether, there's a possibility they could either recast the script as a prequel with a younger actor playing Batman during an earlier point in his career, or a passing of the mantle to Dick Grayson. So let me know down in the comment section below, do you guys think that Ben Affleck might actually just step away from the DCEU and the Batman role altogether if Justice League, ends up the same kind of critical mess that Batman v Superman did, and just the growing pressure, I guess, that Ben Affleck has on his shoulders? Because, like I mentioned, all the things I said, it's a lot for one person to handle, which is just mentally, handling, okay, these people, I keep talking about how they're gonna love this Batman movie, and then they hate it, and it's like, you work on something for 2.5 years, and to get that kind of response, it's very, disappointing, and it's honestly just disheartening for anyone involved in the movie. It could have been. I'm not trying to say, oh, this is just such a negative thing for the DCU, because I love Batman. Batman's my favorite comic book character. He always has been. He probably always will be, unless something radically different happens. But I was the biggest proponent for this film. I really was looking forward to a Ben Affleck directed and written and starred in Batman movie. And it just seems like there's a lot of problems going on with the DCEU, and they just really have to figure this stuff out. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you guys next time.